Ted Sim at the Aputure thing. Something I didn't know about that I'm excited to hear is how do you phrase it? Not the split of the company, but Aputure becoming a separate company from Amaran and kind of walk us through that thought process.
Absolutely. So really all it means is that Amaran now has a technical team and a marketing team that are just dedicated to content creators. So if you think about Aputure and where we came from, right? In the beginning of LED days, when everyone said LED is never going to replace a film light, right? Those were the days, and they really existed that time. The only people that would actually embrace us at the time were all the content creators, the YouTubers. Well, in the past year, Aputure lights have gone on to Star Wars and Dune, and for a lot of those Aputure people out there, they're like, wait, Aputure isn't the same company as the YouTube stuff. And then the YouTubers are like, oh, the gear is getting big, it's getting technical, it's getting complex. So the whole thing is basically, instead of waking up every day and going, what's our content creator thing, what's our filmmaker thing, now there's actually a tech team just for the Amaran people, which is great because content creators have so many needs that filmmakers don't have. And the Aputure team now can just focus on what do needs of the actual filmmakers. What do the highest end film sets actually need?
Well, I've said this every year, but you guys have some of the best. You guys and I think Sony have some of the best like online presence marketing. Like it's incredible what you guys have done. On my podcast, Frame and Reference, I think every DP there's 3 things that you hear. Obviously, you've got your Sky Panel Cream Source. Okay. The Aputure, the Astera tubes. Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'll dig a little deeper, and it's always the MCs. Like every film, when you're talking about Star Wars, whatever, that's great. Every other movie in the world seems to use those MCs. They just pop them up everywhere. You know, those are
1200Ds. I mean, again, 50 of them went on to Dune, right? I mean, you can see the rigs. They literally came back with literal Dune sand in them. I was like, well, we should like auction these off and like bottle it, right? A little spice to go.
Was it the 1200? Yeah, I used it on a spec ad, and that thing, it's just like a mini sun. I think that was that. I don't need to ascribe it to you. Was that kind of where this sudden push into like these big, powerful, more cinema-focused lights started? Because that thing certainly was a moment.
I mean, look, there's members on our team that are like, we love the content creator stuff. There's members on our team that are like, we're all about the high-end filmmaking world, right? Like, again, we added Tim Kang, head of the ASC Lighting Committee, Ben Dynas, console programmer of like Suicide Squad and all these movies. And that team over there, they're just waking up every day thinking about the high-end sets. They're thinking about where they just came from, which is why we can stand next to something like this. I mean, the XT26, we're talking about a light that's it's an M40 in brightness, right? This is built for a different audience. It's built for a tech team. The main thing is that for people out there that have been waiting for Aputure to grow up in that sense, we're going to do it.
It's the time.
It's time. It's here.
Well, and speaking of growing up, like the update to Sidus Link is sick. Being able to do, I think that's another cool thing. Like, it's not just your products now that you can control. Like, having CRMX built in is such a genius move. Keep them in the industry, you know?
It's huge.
Or industry, whatever, the ecosystem.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I think, like, up until now, right, you've only had 2 methods of controlling your lights, right? You get wireless Bluetooth control, which is great, right? Sidus Link, you turn on your lights, they automatically network. It's super easy, you dial it in. But you're never going to get, like, router level stability, right? And that's CRMX. But also, if you want router level stability and like instantaneous queuing, you need an IT person. You need a literal networking person to come out on set. So the big thing is that with the big upgrade to Sidus Link Pro, it's both. You get Bluetooth networking, it all networks together, and it's CRMX. Which, I mean, that's a big deal for a lot of people.
Well, and last night you mentioned the party. You mentioned the auto net. What is it? The auto.
I'm not going to talk too much about it.
Oh, okay.
But, yes, we talked about the same thing that you like about Sidus Link. All the things that we like about Sidus Link, right? You turn on your lights, they automatically network. You can easily, intuitively just figure out what to do. Graphical interface. It's not literal programming. It's not command fixtures, this through this at 1,000. It all just works, right? I mean, that's the goal. So we're bringing that to all the parts of lighting console programming that should exist in the first place, but are in the 80s.
Right. Well, having said that, I won't touch on it, but there is some very cool very cool things coming.
You can see it, absolutely.
Very cool things coming to Sidus Link Pro. The big one that I was stoked on, the big product that you did, is literally the big product. A 20 by mat is insanity. I had to stop myself from swearing.
Absolutely.
walk me through, like, obviously we know why you would make something like this, but like walk me through the kind of development of this and kind of, because it's, what is it, four bys stitched together?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I think for a lot of people out there, 4 8 bys actually.
Oh,
yeah, 4 8 bys.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, for a lot of people,
so it's a 16 by technically.
Yeah. Sorry. It's 4 4 bys. I apologize. My bad.
I don't know.
Let me count this
I have
up.
dyscalculia.
4. No, it's 4 8 bys. 4 8 bys. That's the math. Okay, great. Sounds good. So basically, for a lot of people out there, they're asking why would I need a mat light in the first place, right? So basically,
those people are uneducated.
Well, yes, but for the people that are wondering, you know, normally you have a light and you have to have a big softbox, right? But if you want thin and soft light, right, you don't care about ever having hard light, this is the only way to do it, right? The thinnest possible form factor that's soft. So that's why mat lights exist, but the problem with mat lights is they take forever to build, right? You think about this, you're literally building a light box, a full 20 by 20 truss system, and then you have to hang another 20 by 20 truss system underneath it to get the diffusion off so you're not seeing the individual LEDs and getting the multi-shadow effect. And then you have to space that, so you need another piece that's holding the diffusion away from it. So it's like, there's so many problems with this. If we do inflatable diffusion, again, inflatables aren't new to the industry.
Oh.
They've been around since light balloons and all this stuff. So now you can inflate it in one go. It's lighter, you don't have to assemble a frame anymore, and surprise, surprise, it actually diffuses it with the exact distance away from the actual light bar. So
right.
That's really
well,
important.
And I saw the his video.
Yeah.
Such a cool little thing where you can flip the little handheld inflator around and deflate it faster.
Yes, 100%.
Such a cool move. Also, I see this replacing space lights.
Absolutely.
What's the main output? Like, not main. What's the max output on this?
Yeah, so this is 1600 watts.
Yeah, I think we don't need to be doing those like bucket lights anymore. You just get a handful of those and you're solid.
I think so too. And especially with image-based lighting becoming more of a thing, right? Pixel mapping.
That was another thing you mentioned last night, is now these are all pixel mappable.
They're all pixel mappable, right? So again, whether you like the inflatable design, that's huge for us. But then beyond that, the light mat, it's 2 times the brightness of the standard right now. It's full color tunability and it's IP weather 60 proof too.
Yeah. So. That's great. What haven't we touched on? Because I feel like I just watched someone look at me and go, I need to be smart. But what else? Obviously, we talked about the Infinimat. Oh, well, what are the main Infinimat? It's a 1x2.
Yeah. So there's a 1x2, there's a 2x2, there's a 4x4, and 8x8.
Right. Okay. And the way that how do you physically link them up?
Yeah, absolutely. So they have grommets that just attach next to each other.
Yeah.
But the main part about the Infinimat system is that you can actually pair up to 5 of them off of one control box.
Oh, sick.
So in the past, when you wanted to scale these things, you would literally have to rig one in each cable.
Right.
And then you have this just mess of cables laying on the floor. Now you can have one control box for a lot of the sizes.
And is it just like a USB or like how are the?
Yeah. They just power into the control box. We can show you a control box.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And then how's the response been here? You know, just having people. Obviously, I'm sure everyone walks up to you and goes, "This is the best," but
no, it's been great. I think
because this is the end of NAB now. So
no, 100%. I think for a lot of people out there, it's just this feeling of like we've been waiting for the mat light from Aputure. Like we love mat lights, but we just want one that just works in the entire thing. We want Aputure's version of it, right?
Right.
So, I think I've been feeling a lot of just like relief. They're like, it's here finally, and they're so excited. Like, we've been waiting for so long. And then I think Sidus Link Pro is for the people out there. There's a ton of Aputure users that they look at the console and they're like, I want it, but the jump is a lot of work.
Yeah.
So they're excited to be able to see what Sidus Link Pro is.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where you're going. Obviously, these guys are probably rental only. But
M40 replacement.
How's the price point on this?
I can give you the specs. It's different per region, but again, it's much more affordable than an M40. So.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks always for chatting with me. And,
Sounds good.
It's great to see you guys.
Yeah.
Killing it.